So, the February 13th Nintendo Direct finally confirmed that Fire Emblem Three Houses was not just a collective fever dream made by the simulation to appease every Fire Emblem fan. Luckily for us, it also came with a 5-minute trailer showing us a lot more of the game than we already knew, which wasn't that difficult, considering all we knew about Three Houses was that the Pokemon Go team captains think crests are evil. But anyway, as with any trailer, there's obviously things we all missed. So right now, I will be documenting the top 16 things we all missed in the Fire Emblem Three Houses trailer. How can there be a ranking on just a simple list of things with no objective criteria? Shut up. Number 1. So, the trailer starts with the totally Dragon Loli, which at this point has become a Fire Emblem defining character trait, asking what we're doing here.
Oh my. What could have brought you here?
Now, this might not seem like much, but this is a very clear and telling statement that us Fire Emblem fans don't really belong in the Nintendo fanbase. I mean, we have 7 characters in Smash, and all of them are Marth. There's Marth, Fire Marth, Buff Marth, Girl Marth, Magic Marth, Dragon Marth, and slightly less Buff Marth. Why should we ever be welcoming anything Nintendo ever again? We're already stealing spots from other franchises. Entitled Fire Emblem fans, am I right? Number 2. So, the second really big thing that we got is the continent name right off the bat. Fodlan. Now, obviously, people will call this out as giving way more world building than Fates already did, because Fates bashing is still cool, guys. I swear. But what people don't know is that if you rearrange the letters in Fodlan, you get Dolphin, which sounds like dolphin, which is a term for people in gacha games who spend money, so they aren't free to play, but they don't spend enough money to whale. Now, what this basically means is that Dolph from Arcania is getting into Fire Emblem Heroes next. Number 3. Now, once again, if we look at the world-building narration, we'll learn that one of the 3 ruling kingdoms is called the Leicester Alliance. Now, having names is great and all, but if you listen really closely, they're basically saying Leicester from Fire Emblem 4 is going to be in the game. I mean, it makes sense since Fire Emblem hasn't really cared about naming different characters the same name recently, so why not up the ante and name a whole section of the next game after a Kaga character? It's what he would have wanted. Number 4. We have a father. I really don't feel like I need to explain this one any further other than the fact that the only way this would be really surprising to us all is if he doesn't die during the game, or he just dies off screen. Either one would be sufficiently hilarious. Number 5. So, continuing the trend set by Fire Emblem 12, and then broken by 15, we get to create an avatar. This isn't new, but in this game, we're a teacher to students. Now, this fact alone is really obvious, but we're all overlooking one very important part of the teaching job. Just think of all the papers we're going to have to grade. Honestly, that just seems painful. Unless we make the class exams only and make them all multiple choice and have every answer be C. That never fails. Number 6. This old guy right here, he's literally just Archer Shinjuku from Fate Grand Order. But this makes sense considering the trend of Fire Emblem Heroes to be copying things from Fate. First we had Azura Lily, then Heroic Grails, and now we're just straight up copying characters. This is an obvious lead into Fire Emblem 17, which will just be a pure H game to complement Fate's humble beginnings. Number 7. Okay, but really, why is Edelgard's faction called the Black Eagles? I mean, seriously, the banner is colored red, and her outfit is basically red. Come on, surely they could have come up with a cool sounding animal to fit red. Or even just be called the Red Eagles. That just sounds cooler, since Eagle is clearly stained with the blood of all the fallen comrades that you lost because you decided to play on Classic mode. Gameplay and story integration at its finest. Number 8. Okay, I really didn't want to have 2 points about the faction names on this list, but Golden Deer? Really? Of all the forest animals you could come up with, it was deer. Just call it the Golden Stags or something. Stag sounds cooler. Yeah. Didn't expect that, did you? Number 9. Also, can we just say how this entire game is basically just Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but instead of going to school for children's card games, it's for fighting? Like, this joke has totally already been made before, so you probably already knew this, but it's still worth putting on the list. Can't wait for Marth the Hero King to have a cat named after him in the school. Okay, but that would be really cool, and I'd actually be all for it. Number 10. Anyway, I think we need to talk about how fucked up this school is going to be. Like, honestly. A bunch of people from all 3 factions come in and you're all like, nah, I want to teach the red faction, since Edelgard is a girl with an axe. And so the other 2 factions slowly realize that they aren't getting the education they deserve, while you sit there and play favorites with the red faction. You all are awful teachers, and you should feel ashamed. Number 11. And right here, we see our first Brigid enemy, along the lines of some of the franchise's greatest characters like Bada the Beast and Glass from FE7, to Gomez from FE5, and Brigid Boss from Fire Emblem 15. This character is going to be the one from this game who somehow scores higher in Choose Your Legends 4 than actual characters from the Fire Emblem franchise like Olwen because memes. What do you mean I'm still salty? I'm not. I promise. Number 12. Okay, this is just wrong. Hats are not allowed in the school grounds. How many times have I had to say this before? If you do this one more time, I swear that'll be detention for you and your entire class. Minus 5 points from Gryffindor. Number 13. I actually have no idea how we're going to be qualified to teach all the students everything. Like, you expect me to know not only how to use a sword, but a lance, axe, bow, magic, staves, and how to ride a horse? What do I look like? A Master Knight from Fire Emblem 4? Number 14.
Falcon Punch!
Captain Falcon is my favorite Fire Emblem character too. Number 15. Okay, this also has been brought up, but you need a diploma to be a bandit? How does this even work? You just walk up to a store and go like, hey, here to steal your shit, don't mind me. But then the store owner goes, hey, that's illegal, you can't steal. But then you go, nah fam, I got a diploma in banditry, I'm certified to do this. And then the store owner's like, oh, well, good point. And then you
Take your entire stock!
And god damn it, this is why she doesn't have any alts and heroes yet. How could you guys do this to her? Number 16. This dude is wearing a plague mask. Okay, I know that everyone is thinking that this is the last thing on the list. It should have been one of the most mind-blowing things from the trailer. To which I respond, I don't know. Plague masks are cool. What do you want from me? Anyway, I hope that this video helped to show you all things you might have missed from the trailer. And I hope we all enjoy the next 5 months of waiting and hoping the simulation doesn't crash from an oversaturation of Camilla alts. People always said that fan service was the only way to make a good Fire Emblem game. But they're wrong, teacher. The breasts are to blame.